Let's now continue this discussion about identifying and agreeing customer value by looking again at this little case study. We'll develop the case discussion a bit more. Let's assume that you and your colleagues have studied key account management strategy and techniques, and so you know that long-term success will come about by making the customer better off, and you spent a lot of time and energy studying the customer's business and meeting with a range of customer managers, and you've realized that the reason the buyer has been pressuring you for this price discount is that the customer itself has a corporate objective to reduce cost from its manufacturing processes. In fact, the corporate objective is to reduce operating costs by 5% this year. As a result of your investigation, you've now discovered that a large part of the cost which the customer is trying to reduce is concerned with your widgets and the customer's assembling processes, also involving your widgets and other parts. Now, you know what's driving the buyer's demand for a price reduction. As an account manager, your objective is to grow both sales and margin. So a price reduction, well, that's out of the question. You need a more innovative solution for the customer. So let's say you've done your analysis, you've understood the customer situation in some detail, and you've worked out that the customer can save significant cost by reducing the number of widgets in the assembly process, cutting some assembly time, and using a different type of widget. Now, the different widget is 3 times the cost of your current widget, but the overall cost saving to the customer are much greater. So net, the customer's better off with your new idea, and you can prove it with your business case. Oh, and you'll be much better off too, because the new widget is unique to your company, so you'll get a higher margin and you'll gain all the volume in the new assembly at a higher margin. So a very good result for you too. So you take your fantastic plan showing how your customer is going to be financially better off to the buyer, who rejects it. Why? Well, because this buyer has been given the task of reducing the cost of the current widget. That's her objective. That's how she gets her bonus, and that's all. Changing the design, saving assembly costs, that's not relevant for this buyer. Well, not in this case study anyway. So in this case, all the buyer is seeing is you presenting a product which now costs 3 times the price and taking all the volume, so the buyer's not going to be able to play you off against your competitors to get a lower price. The fact that the customer as a business is better off and is closer to achieving its corporate objectives, that's irrelevant for this buyer, because this buyer is measured not on corporate objectives, but has a simple price reduction objective and a bonus tied to this simple cost down objective. Is that a realistic situation? Absolutely. It happens all the time, and the story I've just recounted to you is a real case. Now, what should the account manager have done in this case? The account manager could have defined who wins and who loses, who actually sees value from the new proposition and who cares. Who is this person? Well, in this particular case, it's the production director, because this is the person who carries the objective for reducing the overall cost of manufacturing in order to achieve this corporate objective. In fact, the reason the buyer is so concerned about cost is that the production director is putting pressure to buy cheaper. So in this real case study, when the account manager subsequently met with the production director with the new plan, the account manager received a very different result, because now the account manager was presenting the value to the very person who sees and benefits from the value. So I'll leave you now to think about your own value, who benefits, make some notes, and then prepare for your group discussion.